Good morning from just north of Kitt Peak. I'm at the northern end of Highway 386, which leads up to the summit. Today I'm doing something a little bit different in my quest to summit all the Arizona 2,000-foot Prominence peaks. I'm going to try to bike a peak, and this could be interesting. I don't think I've ever ridden uphill like this before, at least continuously. Definitely have done some miles before in the past, but it's been a while. And I just bought a new mountain bike about, 6 months ago. So we're gonna give this thing a whirl, see what happens, and hopefully I can make it up without too much walking in between bouts of riding, but you never know. As long as I get myself up there, that's the hard part. It should be pretty easy, smooth sailing on the way down. I hope I'm okay to park where I parked. I just left a little note in my car. I think it's all right because it looks like a big parking area. And I know people do this on bike. I just don't know how early you're truly allowed to start. I mean, it says the road's closed from 4 p.m. to 9 a.m. I think I'm around 3 miles in now. It hasn't really gone up too steeply. Hopefully it starts to actually increase because I'd rather not do as much elevation gain later. I'd rather get as much done early, but whatever it is, it is. Yeah, here's the 3 mile marker here. I'm not going up to the end of the road. The true summit is a little ways before the end. So hopefully it's 9 miles from here. Well, there it is, the summit of Kitt Peak. I can see the little, whatever it is, antenna sticking out. Some kind of tiny little tower. That's it. Maybe 8 miles away and about 2,700 feet higher than here still, although it does look shorter than that, just according to my altimeter. All right, that's what I have to make it to. All right, 6 miles in. About an hour and 3 minutes. So I'm averaging about 6 miles an hour. But I think I'm gonna have more elevation gain on this half. So far so good. I'm taking a little walk break, which I've been doing periodically. Anyway, I should be coming up on 9 miles pretty soon. Views are pretty nice. And mostly I've been in the shade. All right, that big telescope furthest back, the highest one is where the summit is. The summit's on the other side of that. So I don't really have too much further to go. I'll figure out where I want to stash the bike. I just came around the bend and have leveled out just a tiny bit more, but the summit is right up there. The bike is stashed. I think it should be safe. And if someone else finds it right now, good. Yeah, they deserve it. All right, scenic views that way. Summit is up this way. Have maybe 180 feet left, if that. Actually, I probably stashed the bike a little too early, but no big deal. A little more walking time. Okay, 12 miles. Yeah, I should have just kept on with the bike, but I thought there might be a spot where I could just go up. I mean, there is, but definitely I'd rather just go up this way. All right, one of these rocks up here is the high point. I'm probably on it right now, but there's a benchmark over here. I'm gonna take about 15 to 20 minutes, enjoy the views, and then make it back to my bike and get back down before the traffic starts coming up. 3,600 feet and 12 miles away is my car, but I'm gonna have the easiest descent in history of a mountain. It's pretty hazy. Closer in is Coyote Mountain. That's another Prominence Peak. These two are probably the closest Prominence peaks to each other. And over top of Coyote is Mount Lemon. It's kind of hazy to the east. I'm not going to point out too much from here. Just going to appreciate the views. One peak I will point out is Baboquivari. I guess pretty much straight south. Probably about 1,000 feet higher than here. Man, I'm glad to make it up here. There's a little bit of the road right there, and then further down you can probably see more of it. And further down, even more of it. I always want to earn these summits. I always want to earn the reward. And the reward for me on this peak is actually twofold. I get these awesome views. I know I climbed, a decent hunk of elevation gain, and I get my second reward. I get to coast all the way down, and that's gonna be awesome. And it's really satisfying. It's really satisfying being up here right now. Definitely glad to get this one done. All right, of course, as usual, it's already a lot calmer. It's nice to be able to talk unobstructed on the summit, but it doesn't always work out too well. It's pretty nice up here. I'm gonna have to come back and do the tourist thing someday up here, maybe with the family. Yeah, there's actually a dirt road that goes up here too. You can see it through the trees, and I saw the beginning of it down below. But I think I would have needed four-wheel drive to get to where I would actually park. And you're actually parking on reservation property there. I think where I parked is still, I don't know if it's technically reservation property or state property, but it's right on the, right on this road, just at the bottom of it. So, I mean, I could be parking on reservation property, but I know people bike this, and I assume most people that do it probably park where I parked right at the beginning. The dirt road that heads up to the summit is over there straight ahead. You can kind of see hopefully the line in the mountainside. And then there's the tip of the observatory up there. So I've come down a long way. It's about 2 miles back to the car. Wow, that was a fun descent. Couldn't go as fast as I wanted to, but that's typically the case with every descent, whether you're on foot or on a bike. I had to keep it under control. But I did it in about the whole round trip in about 3 hours, 45 minutes, most of that being on the way up. And I think it was about 3,600 feet of elevation gain and then 24 miles total. And another one of the Arizona 2,000 foot Prominence Peaks completed. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you again soon on another Prominence Peak or something else just as fun. Have a good day, everyone.